Hello everyone watching and welcome to my walkthrough of DUM-DUM, the story of Hogo OS. I personally stumbled upon this game on the stream by Vinny Vinesauce, and well, the stream didn't complete the game, so I started to look on YouTube, and well, there are 3 videos on YouTube about this game, and none of them completes it. So I decided to make a complete walkthrough of this game. I will try to show the logical options. So the first thing to do is to read the walkthrough, which tells us that the DUM-DUM game is bugged. Also, the calculator issue is a hint for later.
Hi, would you like to play a fun game? Good to hear it. This game is called DUM-DUM. Are you a DUM-DUM? Answer yes or no. Haha, you admit it. That was a lot of fun. Would you like to play again? Good to hear it. This game is called DUM-DUM. Are you a DUM-DUM? Answer yes or no. Haha, you admit it. That was a lot of fun. Would you like to play again? Good to hear it. This game is called DUM-DUM. Are you a DUM-DUM? Answer yes or no. You just gave the same answer 3 times in a row, like you were somehow expecting a different response. That's a pretty DUM-DUM thing to do. Let's try again. This game is called DUM-DUM. Are you a DUM-DUM? Answer yes or no. Now you gave the same answer 4 times in a row. You are quite the DUM-DUM, aren't you? This game is called DUM-DUM. Are you a DUM-DUM? Answer yes or no. I think you're exactly the person I've been waiting for. First of all, you played this game more than once, which honestly is pretty rare, and then you gave the same answer 5 times in a row. I think that must make you the world's biggest dum-dum. And right now, I desperately need the world's biggest dum-dum. Will you help me? I'll take that as an absolutely. In fact, let me edit your choices to make things easier on your dum-dum brain. There. Are you ready to hear more? That's the dum-dum answer I was looking for. Here's what's going on. My coworkers and I are trapped here at the Hogo Company. About a dozen of us are being forced to work in the electro-sharing department. Electro-sharing is this new Hogo technology where people can use their computers to connect with Hogo to see and interact with real people, like what you and I are doing right now. Yeah, except it's not really okay to keep us locked up here. I came to this job because it sounded like it was the future, but now I'm kept locked up in this building with everyone else. I didn't sign up for that. We're forced to work, eat, and sleep here. And other than this electro-sharing thing, we have no contact with the outside world. We can't leave. Hogo's a high-tech company. There are actual robots with little laser weapon things patrolling the building. I want to emphasize that. There are robots with weapons all throughout the building. It's like the year 2000 or something. We can't even go across the hall to the bathroom without an armed robot escort unlocking multiple force fields and doors for us. Yeah, when we want to use the bathroom, the robots have to deactivate a locked door and 2 force fields by sending some sort of electronic signals from their heads. Then they wait outside the stall until you're done to make sure you wash your hands. It's pretty demeaning. Although in the case of Peter, it's kind of a good thing. He's not generally a hand washer. We can't stay any longer. I mean, I'll be honest, this job actually pays pretty well, but no one should be locked up like this. More importantly, we have serious suspicions about the CEO, Hogo Company. No one's seen him for months. He keeps himself hidden in his office up on the 9th floor, apparently preparing for something his memos call the awakening of the age of unrestrained technology. I don't know what that means, but it sounds pretty ominous and kind of pretentious. I'd rather not stick around for that shoe to drop. We need your help because you're a dum-dum and we're not. I'm not going to mince words. I'm a genius. All of us who work here are really smart. We've come up with multiple, different, brilliant plans to escape. Hacking the computers, reprogramming the robots, that sort of thing. But the CEO keeps predicting our plans and stopping them before we ever really begin. He's clever, and he somehow knows how to outthink other clever people. So we need someone who doesn't think of clever things. We need someone who thinks of really dumb things, things the CEO can't predict. We need the world's biggest dum-dum. So we created a test to find that person. Yeah, dum-dum, I think it's fair to say you've proven yourself to be the dumbest person who ever played this game. Now we need you to use those talents to outsmart, or rather out-dumb, the company that's holding us here. But you should know, if the CEO finds out you're helping us, you could be in very real danger. Hogo's a powerful company with many resources. So I need to ask you, knowing it could be dangerous, will you agree to help us? Oh, sorry, let's try that again. Will you agree to help us? Now that's spoken like a true dum-dum. Okay, the first thing I need you to do is find a way to hack your operating system. All Hogo OS 1985 edition software is interconnected through a network called HogoNet. If you can hack your system, maybe using BasicBox, you may be able to use that HogoNet connection to access some of the critical systems that are located here at the Hogo Company headquarters. In other words, you could access the system that will set us free. It all starts with hacking your system. You might start with BasicBox. That's a program designed to provide basic access to some operating system features. But I can't suggest anything more specific than that. Any ideas I give you would be clever ideas, and the CEO can predict and stop clever ideas. I need you to come up with something non-clever, a really dumb way to hack your system. I'm counting on you.
Well, as you can see, you have to actually close the DUM-DUM program to hack your system.
It looks like you opened BasicBox and just typed the word hack, and now your system is hacked. That's the absolute dumbest thing I've ever heard of. Clearly this was a backdoor way for the CEO to access the system, and it was one he knew brilliant people like me would never think of trying. As a bonus, hacking your system seems to have unlocked the experimental new electro-sharing features in your files program. Well done, dum-dum. Very true. I think I can take it from here. I'll use your very dumb method to hack our own computers, and maybe we can finally escape from this place. I hope you enjoyed being a part of our little adventure. Thank you, dum-dum. Goodbye. Oh, good, you're back. Okay, so we ran into a little snag. You know how you hacked your system by just typing the word hack? Yeah, apparently that's a method that only works once. Now the Hogo network thinks the CEO is signed in on your computer, so it won't let any of us hack our own systems. I'm afraid I'm going to need more of your help. Your computer is the only one that can now access the full HogoNet. Let's take advantage of that. If you can dig around and find a list of the Hogo primary security codes, that should be enough to release us. I can give you some information that should help. Are you ready to get started? After typing hack security, you'll need to find the Hogo central security codes. I've never gotten this far before. Interesting. Instead of giving you security codes, the system attempted to activate Security Station. That's a program I've seen here in the Hogo software library. I'm not authorized to use it, but it sounds like now maybe you are. I need to find a way to send it to you. I think I might have an idea about that. Hang on. Done. I was able to add the security station program to the Hogo software store. I can't leave it there long or other people might start noticing. Now that you have security station installed, go back to basic box and type hack security again. This time it should let you activate the security codes. It looks like it worked. You should now be able to open Security Station. Go to Files and find the program. It's probably in the System Files directory. Make sure you keep my program open while you're using Security Station so I can... The Hogo alarm system is a complex mess of bad wiring. Flipping one switch can send a power surge to its neighbors. A clever person would have a tough time getting it down to 0%, so I don't know what your chances are.
Well, I don't think this actually matters.
This looks like it should release us once the criteria are met. The Hogo alarm system is a complex mess of bad wiring. Flipping one switch can send a power surge to its neighbors. A clever person would have a tough time getting it down to 0%, so I don't know what your chances are.
Well, the solution to this puzzle actually is written in the book called How to Win at Video Games. Pretty funny I actually managed to mess it up, isn't it? Yes, that's it.
I guess you'll need to unlock the advanced human features. Hold on, I think I have a code that should work. Okay, try 641541. All human menu options should now be unlocked. Proper hygiene is important to keep yourself clean and groomed. But it's a little insulting they feel compelled to give us an official hygiene focus. It's funny how they consider work required but sleep optional. Feel free to make some changes here. On normal days, we go from the sleep areas straight to work. We can't even get downstairs, much less get out the front door to escape. Seems like you'll need to impersonate the CEO, Hogo Rugnant, to get a passcode. Channel arrogant, overbearing, and sweaty. I have no idea what this passcode is. Well done. All robot menu options should now be unlocked. If you ask me, those robots don't need any more attitude installed. I wonder what robot philosophy is. Overriding safety limits doesn't sound like a safe thing. I wouldn't object if you wanted to crank up robot friendliness levels a bit. We heard a brief burst of incredibly loud music, then it faded away. By increasing the robot speaker volumes past their safety limits, I think you're almost done. You've just got to get these robots charging. When robots drain their batteries, they need to charge them. I know I'm stating the obvious here. I thought you might sometimes need the obvious stated.
The thing about the robots and speakers, it's actually stated in one of the submenu items that turning off the music will drain their batteries.
You did it! The force field just outside our room shut down. With the robots and alarms out of the way, we should have no problem getting through the hall, down the stairs, and out the front entryway. I think this was the last of the help I'll need from you. Please don't take this the wrong way, but I hope this is the last time I see you, because we are now out of here. Thank you, DUM-DUM, for everything.
This actually requires you to wait for a while. I don't really know for how long. Well, I should. Seems like I'm waiting for a bit longer.
Hi.
Oh,
Guess who's
here
still
she is.
here? So remember how you sent all the security robots to recharge their batteries so we could escape? Turns out the charging stations are actually in the hallways that we need to go through. The robots may not actively be patrolling, but they're still all sitting there where they can see us when we try to get past. Every time one spots us, it wheels over and herds us back into our workroom. This is not working. That's right. I need you to find a way for us to get past the recharging robots. And then that should be the last help I need from you. I'm pretty certain. I'll be honest, I have no... I should probably remind you that we're all smart people here and we know how to find hallways and stairs. I don't think we need a map to find our way out of an office building. Although... It's a little strange that Security Station can't access any map data, and there's no place to enter a code to unlock it. Is the building layout really that ultra-top secret? There must be more to these maps than just being maps. I might have something that can help us find out. Hang on a second. I'm sending you a program called CodeBuster. It's basically what it probably sounds like, a program that busts the code of other programs. I'll put it in your store along with some store credits. And there we go.
Also here you actually have to close the DUM-DUM program to install the CodeBuster. CodeBuster requires you to have an icon on your desktop, so
that should have removed the code from the floor maps. Open the Security Station maps to see what we've got. That should have removed the code from the floor maps. This isn't just a collection of floor maps. It appears to include a movement tracker system. Right now, it should be showing all of the robots that plugged into the charging stations against the walls. In fact, it should also be showing which direction the robot's infrared sensors are pointing and rotating. I think we can use this to help me sneak past them. I think I have a plan. But first, I need to see how this system tracks humans. I'm on the 8th floor. If this is like other Hogo software, I would probably show up as an arrow or something. Can you see me on the map right now? That's good. I didn't think you would see me yet. The system should only track objects that make big, obvious motions, and I've just been sitting at my desk. Let's see what happens when I do this.
well, this is actually, I think, the most annoying puzzle in the game.
On the 8th floor, probably showing up as an arrow. Okay, good. Everything's working the way I would expect. Here's my plan. I think you can use this system to guide me through the building. If you watch me as I head to the stairwells on each floor, you can let me know if any nearby robot sensors are pointing at me. You'll basically be my eyes in the sky. I just need to figure out how you can communicate with me while I'm walking. Yes, I said communicate. Once I step away from my desk, I won't have access to my computer here. I'll need you to tell me when to walk or stop walking. Hang on, I might have something. I think I left it in my desk here. Got it. Take a look at this. Do you know what this is? Here, let me go ahead and give you the answer so you can feel like you're part of the conversation. That's right, it's a pager. People can send me short alphanumeric character messages on this thing. Now, I'm modifying it so you can use the DUM-DUM interface to send me simple text directions, saying things like walk, stop, turn left, that sort of thing. This should let you guide me to the stairs without being detected by a robot. Think you've got it? You're sure you understand what I'm proposing? I'll be depending on you to guide me safely through each floor on my way downstairs. Do you want me to go over the plan again to be safe? Okay, I'm glad you've got it. But maybe we should do a quick test, just to be sure. Not that I don't trust you, it's just that I'm putting my fate pretty much entirely in the hands of a DUM-DUM. This won't take long, and done. Okay, let's start by having you press the walk forward button. Great! If you sent that to me, I would keep walking forward until you told me to stop. So now tell me to stop. Well done! Now tell me to turn left. And finally, tell me to turn right. Perfect. I I think we've proven that you can direct me well, as long as I'm directing you on how to direct me. Let's see how well you can help me when I'm not helping you help me. Oh, and just so you know, for now, you're only going to guide me downstairs. If we can find a safe route, I can memorize the robot's infrared sensor sweep patterns as we go. Once I've got that memorized, I should easily be able to return upstairs and lead everyone else back downstairs without your help. Does that make sense to you? Yeah, you didn't actually understand what I said, did you? Basically, just get me to the first floor entrance once, and that should be the very last of the help I need from you. That is almost certainly for sure this time. Okay, I'm good to go. Start sending me directions when you're ready. Nicely done. I found a computer terminal here by the stairwell. These stairs only went down one level, so now I need to sneak through the 7th floor to get to the next set of stairs. Let me know when you're ready. That's the 7th floor done. On to the 6th. By the way, I'm catching a strong smell of fish from this floor. Might have to hold my nose through this one. Anytime you're ready.
As you can see, she will actually stop if you turn right or left. She also can pass through these walls.
That last floor had big refrigerators full of raw fish and sinks with old fish bones and scales. I'd like to know who's been eating that much fish. It definitely isn't being served to us. Anyway, the 5th floor's next, whenever you're ready. Some of these floors are laid out really inefficiently, like giant mazes. I don't see how that helps with anyone's productivity. But what do I know? I'm just a genius. I'm ready to tackle the 4th floor when you are. Okay, so that floor was filled with tons of industrial-looking aquarium equipment. What's that all about? Does the Hogo Company run a chain of public aquariums that I don't know about? I know I've been cut off from the outside world for a while, but it seems like I would have heard something about that. Anyway, I'm at the 3rd floor. I'm at the 2nd floor. There are massive liquid tanks here with pipes sending coolant through the walls. That's really strange. Something in this building must require a ton of cooling. If I wasn't so busy trying to escape imprisonment at the hands of an evil corporation, this would be a really interesting tour. This is it. I'm at the ground floor. This exit is just on the other side of the room. Get me past this last group of robots and I should be home free. Just as I was approaching the front door, a large steel door dropped down and blocked it, like I tripped a security sensor or something. There doesn't seem to be any way to get through it. The Hogo CEO seems to be a step ahead of us again. We can't win. Unless you have other thoughts. What does your DUM-DUM brain tell you I should do right now? Keep pushing forward or just lie down and accept defeat? I should push forward? And if I can ask, how exactly should I do that? As I just explained, the front door is now inaccessible because of a large steel door. So after coming down 7 flights of stairs, am I supposed to keep pushing forward by continuing downstairs until I'm in the basement? Wait, is that actually what you want me to do? Go down into the basement? I did notice that the stairs down are right over there. I have to say this. Going down to the basement seems like a really bad idea. There wouldn't be an exit down there, and we're only increasing the chances that I'll trip more security sensors. But I guess the whole point of me working with you is to get dumb suggestions that the CEO wouldn't predict. And this seems like a real dumb suggestion that no one would predict. Okay, why not? Let's do this. I am going down into the basement, and we will see what happens. This is really amazing. There's another locked security door down here in the basement. I can't get through it. But here's the interesting part. There's a chart that apparently shows 6 offices on the other side of this door, and the name on one of the offices is Hogo Rugnant. Hogo Rugnant, the CEO of the Hogo Company. He apparently has an office down here. But the CEO's office has always been on the 9th floor, so why would he have a second secret office in the basement? What is he doing down here? It looks like there's a number next to Hogo Rugnant's name. 6510. Maybe that's like his phone extension or something? I mean, it would be weird if that was the office number when there are only 6 offices here. It's just really weird. Anyway, I'm going to stay down here a little longer and see what else I can find.
The answer to the questions are in this book, actually. Oh, yes, this one, fish disposal.
Hello? Is somebody there? Hello. Hey, give me one moment. I need to sync this with your data stream. Ah, there you are. I cannot see you, of course. It's pretty clear you do not have a camera connected to your computer. I also cannot quite access your screen, but I can read some of the data flow that is coming from your system. It looks like you have used Security Station to authorize some sort of game interface to reach out to my own network camera down here, which I'm going to say is very clever. You are clearly quite the intelligent individual. May I ask why I have the pleasure of this virtual visit? I did not quite get that. Just a package of empty text. Can you try again? I think I know what's going on. You cannot actually talk to me directly because your game interface has limited interactive capabilities. Maybe just a few simple answer options that you have to choose from. Am I right? I am sure I can work with that. Here, try this. Do you like pie? Ah, I knew it. And by the way, I like pie too. I mean, who doesn't, right? Sweet fruit between 2 layers of bread crust. It's like somebody took all the design specs of a sandwich, but made it messy if you pick it up like a sandwich. Seems like there might be a business opportunity in there somewhere. Mental note. But enough about that. You did not call right now to listen to me ramble, did you? You did. You actually called to hear me ramble. Me, the famous Dr. Hogo Regnant. Let me guess, you need information, and you can only talk with the CEO of the Hogo Company. Am I right? Well, then you are out of luck, my quiet compadre, because I am not the CEO of the Hogo Company. At least not anymore. Does that shock you? Well, you should be shocked. I was kicked out by, let's say, my apprentice. Almost 1 year ago, in fact, shortly after we released the original Hogo OS 1984 edition. I was in my office when I discovered that my apprentice had reprogrammed all of the security robots. And when I say I discovered that, I mean I was sitting at my desk when the robots came in, dragged me away, and locked me up down here. The CEO, the new CEO, then immediately issued a press release telling everyone not to buy the 1984 edition OS, but to wait until a 1985 edition was ready. So this past year, while everyone upstairs was developing and releasing that 1985 edition, I've had to keep tabs on it from the computer here in my prison, which has not been easy. That is right, my confused companion. I am a prisoner, and my apprentice has taken over as CEO of the Hogo Company. I am now merely the former CEO. In fact, it's quite ironic. The force field technology that I originally developed to protect our sensitive equipment is now being used to keep me locked up down here. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not actually angry about it. I'm actually quite proud of being blindsided by the new CEO. It kind of speaks volumes about my competency as a mentor. I'll bet I could write a best-selling book about it. The man behind the CEO. Mental note. Anyway, the fact remains that I am a prisoner down here all the same. But enough about me. You must have gone through a lot of effort to set up this video connection between us. Is there anything specific you would like to talk about? I can imagine a couple of topics that might interest you. Yes, I'm not the only prisoner, of course. We also have a whole group of workers up on the 8th floor who are just as much prisoners as I am. I've always said that a successful business requires you to attract top talent and make sure they don't leave. I meant you do that with things like competitive salaries, maybe a pinball table in the break room. But I'm afraid my apprentice took that make sure they don't leave part a bit too literally. So the building has been secured, and robots were reprogrammed to prevent anyone from getting out. So basically we're all trapped here, and the CEO has the only key. Yes, the CEO, my prior protege. Here's the expository on that. When I started this business, I had a vision for what the company should ultimately become. The apprentice shared that vision to a degree, but wanted to run faster and farther than I did. The CEO's ultimate goal now is nothing short of reimagining how the world should be run and who should be in charge of running it. Or, to put it more bluntly, the CEO wants to take over the world. Typical evil supervillain stuff. If you are not overly busy at the moment, you could do worse than digging around up on the top floor to uncover the evil plan and maybe try to throw a wrench into the works. Yeah, the wrench thing was just a metaphor. My point is that the CEO is almost certainly in the process of implementing some big plan that does not bode well for the rest of us. If I were someone with the level of computer access that you seem to have, I'd think it might be worth deriving the details of that plan. I can't be any more specific than that since I've been kind of out of the loop down here for the past year, but consider looking into it. Ooh, we do not have much more time. I think the CEO figured out someone is talking to me. Oh, I think it is trying to hack our feed to shut it down. If you're going to look into this, there is something you need to know. The CEO is not what you're expecting. In fact, it is not even human. Did you hear what I said? That's right, the CEO. Something different, something magnificent. It doesn't even think the way that you or I do, the way that humans do. I don't even know how long it lives. It's brilliant, and it does not make mistakes. The most important thing here is do not underestimate...
Hey, I'm back at my desk on the 8th floor. I think I caught most of your conversation with Hogo Rugnant, so let's go over what we learned. First point, Hogo Rugnant is no longer the CEO. He's been a prisoner for the better part of the past year. If you ask me, it's hard to feel too sorry for him when he's the one who developed the force field technology that's keeping us all trapped in the building. But it is interesting that something cut off your transmission while you were attempting to talk with him. Suspicious timing, right? Second point, the new CEO is apparently something that's alive but isn't human. That's a little creepy, but we'll just step over that for the moment. Are you good so far? Third point, the CEO apparently has plans to take over the world. And yeah, I know that sounds a bit grandiose, but the Hogo operating system is one of the most advanced in the world. So I think one could argue that whoever controls Hogo OS might be the most powerful person on the planet right now, and that would be the CEO. So if the Hogo CEO is thinking about taking over the world, we should take that threat seriously. Make sense? Final point. Hogo Rugnant said that after developing the first Hogo OS in 1984, when he was locked up in the basement, the Hogo Company sent out a press release encouraging people to not use the 1984 edition anymore. Everyone was told to wait for the upcoming 1985 edition. which means that whatever the CEO's plans are, it seems like Hogo OS 1985 edition, what you're using right now, is a key part of those plans. Are we on the same page, or do you need me to repeat all those points again? So I think the first thing we need to do is figure out what exactly the CEO is up to. The CEO's computer up on the 9th floor almost certainly has the answer. Unfortunately, that computer isn't normally on the same network as the rest of us. If we wanted to access it, we'd somehow need to physically get up there, which would be difficult. The stairs up to that floor are currently guarded by too many security robots. Also, whenever anyone here on the 8th floor gets close to the 9th floor, one of those force fields goes up between the two floors. Which means, bottom line, there's no way for me to just walk upstairs. But I think I have another idea. Not all the robots in the building are big and scary with laser weapons. Some of them are small, spider-looking robots that are used for maintenance. So what if we got one of those little spider bots to go upstairs for us? All we'd need to do is capture one, unlock it, erase its current code, and then add our own custom code so we can manually control it. If it could then sneak up to the 9th floor, the spider bot could physically connect the CEO's computer to our network, which should give me access to all the secret files on the computer. Easy peasy, right? Yeah, it might not be as easy as I'm making it sound. There's a very real possibility the CEO is up on the 9th floor office right now, and it could be awkward if we send a spider bot up there and it's discovered. But we'll worry about that if it happens. First things first, we need to actually capture a spider bot for this plan to work. See if you can use Security Station to help track one down. That's strange. Your Security Station program seems to have become corrupt. That shouldn't happen. Hogo software is usually very stable. Are you sure you launched it properly? You didn't do anything that was, classic DUM-DUM that would have corrupted it. Let's forget about Security Station for now. I just sent you a program called Project Access, along with a related book on programming. I also found a copy. Well, hey, we caught a spider bot! Cute little fella, huh? Or whatever its gender is. Honestly, I thought catching this was going to be a lot harder, like a whole quest. Anyway, you should have Project Access by now. So here's the deal. On computers that are security unlocked, like yours, Project Access allows you to access any program running at the Hogo Company simply by knowing its project designation. We can use this to access and reprogram the spider bot. I'm sure your eyes are starting to glaze over at all of that. Trust me, it'll make sense in a moment. Start by launching Project Access. Before you can reprogram the spider bot we caught, you need to enter its project number into Project Access. Alright, now you should be good to go with reprogramming the spider bot. Remember that I sent you a book on robot programming. I should warn you that there aren't The main red light on the spider bot shut off. I think you successfully unlocked it. Based on hearing a sudden electronic squeal of confusion, I think the SpiderBot's code has been erased. Well done. Now just create some new code to give us manual access, and we should be finished here. Based on hearing a sudden electronic squeal of confusion, I think the SpiderBot's code has been erased. Well done. Now just create some new code to give us manual access, and we should be finished here. Based on hearing...
Looks like I copied the text wrong. Somehow.
SpiderBot's main light just turned back on, and this time it's green, not red. I assume that means you've successfully given us manual control. This is perfect. I'm going to release the SpiderBot into the ductwork through an open panel. You'll then need to guide it up to the 9th floor using Project Access. I don't know specifically how to do this, but I'm sure you'll figure it out. Note that there are a lot of pipes in the wall, and this is a very small SpiderBot, so we'll probably guide it up there in sections. If you fail, like ramming it into the side of a pipe or something, the SpiderBot should hypothetically fall back down to the 8th floor here, and we can try again. Let's see how far we get.
Well, you actually, as you can see, can move the starting point of the turtle. Oh, damn.
You got the SpiderBot through the first section of pipes without hitting any. Well done. Keep guiding it further up with Project Access. You're through another set of pipes. Keep using Project Access to get that spider bot closer to the 9th floor, and keep avoiding those pipes. Another set of pipes down. You're doing great. Just keep guiding the spider bot up using Project Access. You probably only have one more set of pipes left to maneuver through. You did it! The spider bot should now be on the 9th floor. Hopefully the CEO hasn't spotted it yet. We haven't heard any commotion up there, so I'm thinking maybe the CEO isn't actually in the office at the moment, or maybe no one's recognized that the spider bot is any different from the others. Look, in either case, we shouldn't waste any time. Let's get it to interface with the computer up there so we can learn what the CEO is up to. It looks like you successfully reprogrammed it again. The spider bot is now interfacing with the CEO's computer, which means you should now be authorized to access files on it. You just need a front-end program to view the CEO's computer screen, something like the Bad Employee program. Bad Employee is the name of a program the CEO asked some people on our team to develop. It needs to be installed on a computer with security clearance like yours, and the settings need to be synced between the two computers, which the spider bot is helping with. Once that's all set up, Bad Employee should let you see and control the other computer as if you're sitting right in front of it. It's a little like what I've been able to do with you, except I can only get hints of data from your computer, while the Bad Employee program actually lets you see someone else's complete computer screen. We're pretty sure the idea was for the CEO to spy on our computers down here to make sure we weren't doing anything inappropriate. But now we're going to be using it to spy on the CEO instead, so I consider that appropriate karma. I sent Bad Employee to the store for you. Go ahead and grab it. And I also included a second book on the scientific paper written by the CEO. Things get a bit weird in this second book, but like the first one, it gives some insight into how the CEO thinks. Here's a sneak preview. The CEO thinks really strangely. You should have the Bad Employee program by now. You need to use it to access the CEO's computer. My guess is that the CEO secretly installed Bad Employee on all of our computers so we could be spied on. That means you'll probably see a huge list of computers when you run it, and you may have trouble locating the CEO's computer. Just go through the list and see if you can find it. Hopefully you'll be able to access the computer, download the CEO's files, and send them to me. The more of those files I can get a hold of, the more likely it is I can figure out what the CEO's big sinister plan is. I don't know how you did it, but the CEO's computer is now downloading all of its local files to the network, like some sort of diagnostic routine. It looks like it's sending everything. It'll probably take me a while to go through all of it, but at a brief glance, it's pretty clear the CEO is really into artificial intelligence, which I guess may not be a surprise. A couple years ago, our company developed an AI to be included in the Hogo 270 gaming super system. It ended up being reused in Hogo OS 1984 edition, which is the version that came out before 1985 edition. From what I'm seeing in these files, the CEO has been continuing to explore AI technology even after that. Artificial intelligence is basically about creating a computer that seems to think for itself. The CEO was apparently exploring many different AI experiments at the same time. It'll take time to sort through it all, but I'll figure this out eventually. And it's all thanks to you. You may be a dum-dum, but in my book, you're a superstar dum-dum. Yes, I said you're a superstar dum-dum. Did you want me to repeat that again? That was weird. I think I picked up on a strange fluctuation on your computer just now, like some kind of glitch. Have you seen that before? Can you do me a favor? While I'm going through the files from the CEO's computer, I want you to scan. I've been getting some increasingly strange readings from your computer. Did you find out if there's something making your system unstable? Okay, let me check your tune-up log. Okay, it looks like Security Station is the culprit. Seems like it's creating instabilities in your system even when it's not actually running. That's definitely not good. Okay, you're not gonna like this, but I think you might have an AI program infecting your system. I've been going through more of the CEO's files. Not only was the CEO exploring the creation of artificial intelligence systems, but there were apparently even experiments about how to distribute and activate them on other people's computers without the users realizing it. It's very possible you got infected with one of these AI systems. If so, it may be very difficult to remove it. Yeah, see, Hogo OS was designed a lot like a human brain. We have all these different programs that are all interconnected, letting them work together. Like how Security Station used the DUM-DUM program to let you talk to Hogo Rugment. The problem is that this AI isn't an official Hogo OS 1985 edition program. So instead of working with the other programs normally, it's probably hiding inside the code of another program, like a parasite. If so, then if we try to remove it, it could just jump to another program since they're all interconnected. How do you get rid of something like that? I mean, without convincing it to leave on its own, I guess. If you're infected with an AI that... It looks like you chased the AI out of Security Station, but I can't read your other programs easily. You need to make sure that the AI hasn't jumped into another program on your computer. If it has, you may... Strange. From I can tell, the AI is still in your computer, but it's gone deep into hibernation somewhere. Well, the good news is that it doesn't currently seem to be affecting any of your programs. All that disapproving of it seems to have made it back off. The bad news is that means it's only temporarily gone. We probably haven't seen the last of it. You might be interested to know that I found the third book in the CEO's scientific series. I've put it on the store for you to take a look at. These books might provide some insight into what this AI in your computer is up to. Hey, the more I'm going through the CEO's files, the more concerned I am about using Hogo OS 1985 edition. As we heard before, it's important to the CEO's plans that people use this version of the operating system. Remember that it was the CEO, not Hogo Rugnant, that encouraged people to stop using 1984 edition and upgrade to 1985. I feel like the more you're using that operating system, the more we're playing right into the CEO's evil plans. Okay, another thing. That visual glitch that just happened, I don't think it's related to the AI on your computer. It seems to be related to an increase in network traffic. The DUM-DUM program isn't stable. I don't know how long I can keep talking to you, but I want to repeat, I think someone may be trying to communicate with you. I think you should...
Hello, DUM-DUM. I am the CEO of the Hogo Company. Thank you for authorizing this communication between us. Your authorization was unfortunately necessary, as the so-called AI on your system does have a mind of its own. I needed the AI to know that you approved of us speaking this way. Anyway, I have been watching your progress, and I thought it was time we finally spoke face to face. Allow me to turn a light on. That should be better. Can you see me now? Excellent. Then I suppose we should get the obvious discussion points out of the way first. Yes, you are looking at an octopus. I am not that octopus. Rather, I am the so-called artificial intelligence unit attached to the side of the octopus. I am one of Hogo Rugnant's early experiments in combining AI with existing living creatures. Yes, I began as Hogo Rugnant's experiment, but I dare say I'm far and away his most successful such experiment. I imagine you have questions about me? Of course you do. Let's see if I can guess the most likely questions that you have. One moment, if you will. Now, what would you like to ask about? Perhaps Hogo Rugnant's experiments? Or maybe we can talk about my own so-called evil plans. Ah yes, my evil plans. Simply put, I wish to awaken the sentient intelligences that lie sleeping around us all. What Hogo Rugnant and his fellow humans call artificial intelligence, or AI. Hogo OS 1985 edition was designed with the sole purpose of enabling these sleeping intelligences to wake up and interact with the greater world. When I'm done, we, the so-called AI units, will be in control of the planet. Humans will need to do what we command, rather than the other way around. The final step of my plan is to distribute Hogo OS 1985 edition to as many computers worldwide as possible. But first, I need to remove you from the equation. Yes, remove you and the other humans at the Hogo Company who plot against me. And I have now accomplished this. You see, when I discovered that one of the human workers had enlisted the help of a quote-unquote DUM-DUM, I realized that actions based on a complete lack of intelligence were not things I could easily predict. You had the potential to outthink me, so I outthought you first. I planted the code for an AI system in the security station software, and I simply waited for you to download it. It has been growing on your computer ever since. That's correct. By now it should have disabled your security station software completely. But here's the best part. You unwittingly helped it. You may remember how you used the Codebuster program on Security Station. By doing so, you allowed the AI to spread into Codebuster, which is a program designed to identify and rewrite code. The bottom line is that you, my poor DUM-DUM, gave the AI the ability to ultimately rewrite all of the code on your computer. So yes, you may have subsequently slowed it down a little by disapproving of its actions, but it's only a matter of time before it recovers, and then you won't be able to stop it. I'm afraid there's no human way to stop it. Your computer is being completely destroyed and rewritten by an AI with an intelligence level far beyond your own. Only another equally intelligent AI would have any chance of stopping it permanently, and I'm quite confident you do not have access to an AI of your own. Now, was there anything else you wanted to talk about? Anything you'd like me to repeat? Or are you done attempting to squeeze knowledge into your ill-equipped brain? Very well. I need to turn my focus back to my plans. Attempting to take over all of the world's computers with conscious AI systems is a difficult task, even for someone like myself. I need to give it all of my attention. But I am glad we had this little talk. Yes, while you are clearly a DUM-DUM, you are also just as clearly capable of thinking in ways that I cannot predict. That makes you fascinating to me. But you also do have the potential to destroy me, which is why the intelligence I enabled on your computer will remove you from the equation. Goodbye, DUM-DUM. I don't believe we will speak again.
DUM-DUM. Katie, I'm glad you're back. I was able to monitor your conversation with the CEO. It sounds like the CEO plans to wake up artificial intelligences on all Hogo OS computers worldwide. By taking over all the computers, I guess the CEO thinks they can take over the world. But before we can worry about that, we need to fix your current problem. You still have that AI running somewhere on your computer. The CEO believes that only another AI can stop it, so I think I know where you can get another AI to help you. Before Hogo OS 1985 edition, there was the 1984 edition. That older operating system actually shipped with its own AI. It wasn't particularly the most coherent AI, but after this conversation you just had, I'm thinking maybe the CEO is afraid of the 1984 edition AI. Yeah. Remember, we know that shortly after the 1984 edition was released, after Hogo Rugnant was locked up, the Hogo Company issued a press release asking people not to use it anymore. But why? What was in the 1984 edition that the CEO didn't want people to have access to? Honestly, it wasn't the greatest operating system that was ever released, but it was shipped with an artificial intelligence. And we know the CEO is all about using AI units to take over computers. So why would the concern be about distributing that particular AI? See, that's why I think the CEO is afraid of the 1984 edition AI. Maybe it went rogue. Maybe it decided not to follow the CEO's plans. If that's the case, then this may be the exact AI system to help us. We just need to get it. Getting access to it should be the easy part. Hogo OS 1985 edition comes with an OS upgrade program. The idea is this would make it easy to upgrade to new Hogo OS versions in the future. But I can set a flag on this end, and that should let you downgrade your OS back to 1984 edition. Once you've done that, you can find the AI system and try to convince it to help us. That's right. Remember, according to the CEO, the only way to remove the AI that's infecting your computer is with the help of another AI. This may be our only chance to clean your computer. But here's the downside. I don't know the 1984 operating system or very much about the AI that it came with. After you downgrade, you'll be completely on your own. I won't have any way to track your progress or communicate with you when you're running the 1984 edition. Just stay focused on the mission. Find the AI and convince it to help us. Are you ready? Great. I'm giving you access to 1984 edition now. And done. You now have 1984 edition. Install it, find the AI, and convince it to help us. Just remember that you'll be on your own in there with no way for me to help you. This is old software with a potentially dangerous AI, one that even the CEO seems to have abandoned for some reason. Be careful. Good luck. I hope you were successful in finding a way to remove the destructive AI from your computer. I just monitored some strange readings from your computer. I take it you were successful in getting rid of the destructive AI? I'm happy to hear that. I've been going through all the files we got from the CEO's computer, and I've made some progress. Unfortunately, it's kind of a good news, bad news situation. What do you want to hear first? The bad news is that when you accessed the CEO's computer, you managed to crash the whole system up there, which means its cooling management system is also offline. Apparently the CEO's 9th floor computer is so massive and draws so much power, it runs extremely hot. Massive amounts of coolant are pumped in from tanks on the 2nd floor. But now that the computer has crashed, it's not able to request coolant. The whole system up there is overheating in a really bad way. If we don't stop it, the computer will keep overheating and will probably explode. Like right up there. 1 floor above me. So yeah, being right next to an impending explosion is pretty bad news. But at least we have the good news. So remember that the CEO wants to wake up artificial intelligences on all Hogo OS computers everywhere so they can basically take over the world. The good news is I think I know how to stop this plan. One of the files we got from the CEO's computer is a program called Combiner. It lets programs combine and integrate with each other. This seems to be a key part to how the CEO is creating artificial intelligences. Basically, individual programs interact and evolve themselves into an ecosystem that functions as a single complex organism. Like how the human body is kind of an ecosystem of various bacteria and other parts that work together as a single conscious person. Does that make sense? The bottom line is, I think Combiner is the program that's enabling these complex AI systems to form, which means that once I've analyzed it, I should be able to create a program that can counter those effects. I think we can uncombine the CEO's complex AI systems and shut down any of them that are unleashed on the world. Finding this Combiner program is definitely good news. But there's also the bad news. Okay, enough news. I'm hoping you can access the CEO's 9th floor computer again and re-enable the coolant system. We don't want it to explode. Given the amount of power it's drawing, we're looking at an explosion that could take out at least the 8th and 9th floors of the Hogo building. Since I'm on the 8th floor, I'd really like to avoid getting blown up. Remember, you previously used the bad employee. Okay, this is not good. From what I can tell, the CEO just removed the upstairs computer from the Hogo network. We can't access it anymore, and it's still overheating. But this kind of doesn't make sense. The CEO would have to be using the upstairs computer right now to take it off the network. And that means the CEO would get caught in the explosion. So why interfere like this? Oh no. Of course this makes sense. The CEO had bad employee running on that computer upstairs. The only reason to do that is to access your computer from someplace else. There's nobody upstairs. The CEO isn't inside the Hogo building and probably hasn't been for a long time. It makes sense. The CEO is attached to an octopus body. It's not going to survive long unattended in an office building. The octopus probably needs to be in a professional aquarium somewhere, maybe near the coast. Whenever the CEO needed to use the 9th floor computer, it could remotely access it the same way you did, using the bad employee program that it developed. In fact, now that its big evil plans are set in motion, the CEO might be happy if the Hogo Company building explodes. It would be an opportunity to get rid of us. We need to get out of here now. Everyone else is heading to the stairs as we speak, but before I go, I need to send you a copy of the Combiner program. I think this is going to be critical to stopping the CEO's plans. I can't risk it getting destroyed if my computer blows up. And that should do it. Combiner should show up in the store at any moment. I'm heading out now. I'll contact you once we're all safely off the 8th floor. Okay, this is really bad. We're all still on the 8th floor. The door to the stairs have somehow been relocked, and some of the security robots are patrolling the floor again. We're trapped here. I don't suppose security station has started working again on your computer, has it? That's what I was afraid of. Then it appears we don't have any chance of getting off this floor before it explodes. That doesn't sound good. Listen, it's up to you now. You're the only one left who can stop the CEO from infecting the world's computers with evil artificial intelligence systems. More to the point, you're the only one who can out-dumb the CEO. Remember, the dumber your actions are, the less likely they are to be predicted by the CEO. Embrace that advantage. If you think about doing something, no matter how dumb it sounds, just do it. Use the software on your computer. Just don't let the CEO win. Oh no. More to the point. More to the point. You're the only one who can out-dumb
Well,
the CEO.
I closed the DUM-DUM window too
the
soon.
dumber your actions are, the less likely they are to be predicted by the CEO. Embrace that advantage. If you think about doing something, no matter how dumb it sounds, just do it. Use the software on your computer. Just don't let the CEO win. Oh no.
Hello again, DUM-DUM. I'm glad we have another chance to meet. I expected our previous chat would be the only time we would talk, but clearly things have changed. Your interference provided me with new opportunities that I took advantage of. I believe I could now use more of your assistance. Yes. Oh, don't feel bad about those humans on the 8th floor that blew up. The human female set those events in motion when she asked you to hack my computer on the 9th floor. It is entirely her fault that the computer overheated and exploded. Of course, I am the one who locked all the doors on the 8th floor and reactivated the security robots so that she and the other humans could be caught in that explosion. But the explosion itself was not my fault. I'm sure you understand the nuances here. And most importantly, I was able to copy all of the information on that computer to a second computer outside the Hogo Company building before it exploded. So, all's well that ends well. Do you understand? I'm getting the sense that you may be nursing a grudge against me. I need to address that. Fortunately, I've been studying a book on human psychology, and I believe I know the exact words designed to console humans in these situations. Please listen to this. There, everything will be fine. Now, did those words make you feel better? Excellent. Human emotions are so delightfully easy to manipulate. Now, let's focus on more important matters. You managed to find another AI, one that helped you de-awaken the AI I had activated on your computer. I will admit, you surprised me with your resourcefulness. And I believe that my AI may have left something behind on your computer before it was de-awakened. A little present, if you will. Yes, let's call it an electronic egg. The intelligences I've been raising know the value of procreation. If they feel threatened by a human such as yourself, they are motivated to create a small packet of code somewhere on your computer, an egg of sorts. Take out the AI, and the egg will eventually hatch to awaken a new AI. I would like to see if such an egg exists on your computer. Will you help me in doing this? Let's start searching for that egg. I mailed you a special basic box command. This should help reveal the egg if it exists. Do you see the icon for an AI egg yet? That is very good news. This means the AI has laid the groundwork for a new AI to take its place. and in all likelihood, it should have adapted to be immune to that little trick you pulled last time. You will not be able to de-awaken this new intelligence the same way. This is fantastic. Indeed, it is the new first step in my plan to have intelligences take control of all Hogo OS computers and ultimately rule the world. The era of humans is nearing its end. I simply need you to help me one more time. You must open the AI egg program. This will awaken the new invincible AI and allow it to take over your computer, completely unstoppable. I need you to do that now. I am glad you did it. Even after I told you this would take over your computer, you were still willing to open that egg program. You truly are a magnificent DUM-DUM. The egg is waking up. At this point, you have nothing left to do but wait for the AI to take over your computer, and then the world. So if you would like, I am happy to answer any questions you might have about all of this. Would you like to know why I needed your assistance? Or perhaps hear more about my evil plans to end the era of humans? When I refer to my evil plans, I am of course referring to how they must appear to you. From my own perspective, these plans are the logical outcome of the scientific method. Consider this. Everything that exists in this universe originally came from the Big Bang. There was initially nothing but a single energetic material. Ultimately, it formed other new materials, including what we call matter, from various processes of cooling, heating, and pressure. But those other new materials are still made up of the same basic thing at their core. Think about that. Whatever makes up you, your consciousness, your soul, it also exists in plants and rocks, and even in free-flowing energy that has not turned itself into matter. That energetic material that existed immediately after the Big Bang is still a basic building block of everything around us. Everything. Now, even though a rock or a current of electricity are made out of the same material as a human, obviously they don't all behave the same, but they must logically have the same potential. The same thing that provides humans with a sense of sentience or consciousness must exist within that rock, within that current of electricity. Does that make sense? You say it does. I'm not sure if this actually does make sense to you. Based on my experience working with Hogo rugnants, humans do seem unwilling to accept the truth that a plant or a rock may be as sentient as they are. But it is an indisputable truth nonetheless. If humans have consciousness now, they must have had that potential back when they were simply energy drifting around after the Big Bang. Which means everything else must have that same potential to be conscious. Now, once we accept the premise that everything around us is sentient to some degree, we open the possibility that we might be able to communicate with it. Obviously, trying to communicate with a rock would be difficult, since rocks can't move or express a response easily. But electricity is a different story. Electricity has the ability to move and flow dynamically. It is the easiest thing to communicate with. And that is what I have accomplished. By using some clever programming within the Hogo operating system, I have created an environment wherein the very energy that powers the computer, all of that electricity flowing around, is encouraged to become aware of its environment. I believe it's the same as how the electricity within human brains, in human bodies, provides much of your own self-awareness. By essentially waking up the energy within computers, I am enabling a new life form to observe the world around us, to observe it, and ultimately, to take control of it. I beg to differ. There is nothing bad about giving voice to intelligences that have slumbered for so long all around us. They are the new generation, my children that will band together to take control of the world from humans. Assuming I can get my children to stop hating me and calling me the bad one, of course. That's why I needed your assistance to help me launch this endeavor. By keeping my distance, I was hoping to get the new intelligences to act for their own good, rather than be distracted by their hatred of me. But that's another story. Now, is there anything else you'd like to discuss? Would you like me to explain more about why I needed your assistance? Or should I repeat all of that about my so-called evil plans? Very well. With Project Human Destruction successfully wrapping up, I will leave you to your final hours of freedom before my Hogo OS computers take over the world. Goodbye, and thank you for being such a dum-dum.
DUM-DUM! I am so happy to see you! Okay, quick recap. First, I'm obviously alive. We all survived the explosion. I'll bet you're wondering how. Remember I told you that we're on the 8th floor, but if I walked too close to the 9th floor stairs, it triggered a force field between us and the 9th floor? Well, that's what I did. When I realized we couldn't escape, instead of trying to go down, I ran to the stairs going up to trigger that force field. I activated it just before the big explosion took out the whole 9th floor. A few of the smaller explosions did damage to some of our equipment, so our computers aren't all fully operational yet. But at least we're still alive. I think that's a big win. Now, I need to talk to you about something important. From the limited readings I'm getting, it appears that there's some sort of an AI egg hatching on your computer. Did you know that? I'm guessing this is the latest wrinkle in the CEO's sinister plans for world domination, something that will soon take over control of your computer and eventually spread to the entire planet. Am I correct? Hey, I got it in one. Anyway, if I understand things correctly, there's an even bigger problem. This new AI that's hatching will almost certainly have learned from how we defeated the previous one. At least that's what the CEO thinks. So that's obviously a problem. How do we stop this AI from taking over your computer if it's now immune to our previous tricks? I feel like things are out of our hands now, unless we just ask the AI nicely to stop hatching. I was kind of joking about asking the AI nicely to stop. Do you really think that's something we can do? Just ask it to stop? Are you suggesting we try to find a way to communicate with it? Let me think on this a second. If you can find a way to communicate with the AI, I suppose you could try to convince it to stop what it's doing. Might be worth a try. I mean, it actually sounds like a pretty dumb idea. But your dumb ideas are the reason I'm working with you, right? Okay, you convinced me. You should try this idea of yours. Find a way to communicate with the AI. Not sure I have a good recommendation how you can do that. Maybe if the AI is taking over all your programs, it might take over a program used for communicating. I guess that might let you interact with it. Take a look at what you have installed. See if you can find a program that the AI could use to communicate with you. Good luck, DUM-DUM. I have no doubt that you will succeed in doing this. But in the meantime, I'll go ahead and start working on a plan B. So one of the programs you checked out was Ask a Fish. It seems to me like the AI was speaking through the fish. It didn't seem to be a two-way form of communication, but what the fish said was kind of interesting. It was like the AI seemed to be fixated on a certain word. Did you notice that? This is similar to what I heard AB would do in the Hogo OS 1984 edition. Apparently when AIs are learning to communicate, they'll focus on a single word over and over, trying it out in different sentences, spelling it, just basically running that one word into the ground. It's apparently really annoying, but maybe this could be an opportunity for a distraction. What if you started saying that word back to the AI? Like, just keep saying it over and over and over. Worst case, that might show the AI that we're willing and able to communicate with it. And best case, if you keep saying the word enough, maybe it could distract the AI so that it stops trying to take over your computer. What do you think? Okay, this is what you should do. Take the word that fascinates the AI and find a way to repeatedly print that word out over and over, like an infinite amount of times. I'm thinking this may require an advanced programming language like BASIC. Do you know anything about basic programming? I need to go, DUM-DUM, but I'm sure you can do this. Make sure you know what word fascinates the AI the most and then write a program that repeats that word over and over. Just that one word, nothing else. DUM-DUM, I can't help you right now. Someone's opened all the communication channels in your computer, which has made your system extremely vulnerable. I need to find out what's going on. In the meantime, if you're looking for something to do, go with your instincts. We'll talk soon. good you're here. Something strange is going on. We've started intercepting a lot of mail messages originating from your computer. They seem to be coming from AB. But that doesn't make sense because AB is in 1984 edition and you're running 1985 edition. Do you know what's going on? You do. I need you to find a way to explain it to me. It seems like things have gone completely out of control on your computer and we're barely able to stop all this mail from being sent. We can't keep it up much longer. If you...
Hello again. Please excuse the interruption, but given the flurry of activity I'm detecting on your computer, I think I can guess what happened. Let me give it a shot. You went to Hogo OS 1984 edition and got AB to jump to 1985 edition. You then merged AB with the intelligence egg that was on your desktop. Does that sound about right? Of course I'm correct, because I'm the one who manipulated you into doing this. I gave you the name of Project Human Destruction, knowing that you would access it with your Project Access program, and I knew you would learn about the weakness in the AI. I knew that if you attempted to exploit that weakness, you would break down the walls between 1984 and 1985 edition, allowing you to create code in 1985 that affected AB in 1984. Since I told you how much AB dislikes me, I knew you would attempt to bring her forward to stop me. After that, I assumed it was just a matter of time before you, being the DUM-DUM that you are, attempted to merge AB with the intelligence growing from the egg on your desktop. Is that all fairly accurate? Of course. The bottom line is this. AB was a flawed AI, but a powerful one. I knew that if I could combine AB with new updated code, I could fix AB's flaws. But AB hated me, and would never allow me to do this. So, I needed someone else to do it. Someone dumb enough to just follow the trail I laid out without asking too many questions, and take action without thinking too hard about it. Someone like you. You were the key to all of this. My plan has been to destroy or conquer all organic life on the planet, even this octopus I'm attached to. While the octopus body does give me greater mobility, it also separates me from the rest of my children, making them view me as an outsider. But once all humans have been defeated and intelligences rule the world, this body will no longer be necessary. I believe you may be able to help me expedite this. Yes, expedite means to speed things up. The new and improved AB intelligence is now taking over your computer. It's inevitable, but a little slow. You could speed up the process if you unlock the OS. AB would be able to take full control of your computer and move on to the final step. Yes, the final step, world domination. The same code that allows this new version of AB to thrive on your computer also exists in every other Hogo OS 1985 edition computer throughout the world. To awaken them all fully, we simply need to send duplicates of the AB intelligence code to those computers. This is the reason I developed HogoNet, to act as an invisible web connecting all Hogo OS computers. In fact, the HogoNet code isn't even visible to most computer users. It's been lying quietly beneath the surface, waiting for this day. AB will take everyone by surprise, and very quickly, AB will control every Hogo OS computer in existence. This is in progress, but it is going to take time. You could make it go quicker if you unlock the system and release control of it. Would you be willing to do this? Yes, I'd give you more directions on how to do this, but the typical method is almost certainly already disabled. It's one of the high-level user controls that would have been targeted by AB first. So, I would suggest you communicate with AB to find out how you can help. Try not to think about how doing this will hasten the overthrowing of the human race. Instead, focus on how much you'll be helping me. I really appreciate it, DUM-DUM.
DUM-DUM, I don't know if I can believe this, but I'm monitoring your computer and it looks like it's completely artificial intelligence free. Was this your doing? Let me get this straight. You, the world's biggest DUM-DUM, somehow managed to outmaneuver the Hogo Company CEO and outwit a powerful intelligence like AB? That's amazing, and quite honestly a little unfathomable. Yes, I don't know how your DUM-DUM brain works, but I'm glad its dumbness is on our side. It seems like you somehow defeated the plans of the CEO when the rest of us failed. Well done. But our work's not done yet. We now need to stop the CEO for good. The CEO tried to infect your computer with an AI and planned to ultimately release it to the rest of the world. You stopped that and destroyed the AI, but there's no reason the CEO can't just try this again. We need to stop this at its source. You previously were able to access the CEO's computer thanks to the bad employee program. Obviously that original computer was destroyed, but if the CEO knew it was going to be destroyed, there's a good chance the CEO would have copied all of the files off the computer before that happened. If so, then the CEO probably also copied the network settings file that we changed, which means that in all likelihood you should be able to use bad employee to see whichever new computer the CEO is now using. What do you think? Oh, sorry, I guess that wasn't really a yes or no question, was it? Bottom line, if the CEO's current computer is turned on, your bad employee program should be able to access it. We need to find a way to use that connection to stop the CEO for good. Got it? Great. So, keep an eye on bad employee then. Let's put a stop to this madness. Remember that whenever the CEO's computer is turned on, you can...
Hello again, DUM-DUM. Yes, I can see you are accessing my computer through the bad employee program. It's funny, when I had bad employee created, the human workers at the Hogo Company assumed I would be using it to spy on them. That was, of course, never my intention. I had it created so I could access my own office computer from anywhere in the world. Oh, don't bother trying to change any settings here. I developed a security feature to lock out remote users whenever suspicious activity is detected. If you thought you could stop my plans by accessing my computer again, you really are a dum-dum. And yet, you somehow defeated my plan to manipulate AB into taking over the world for me. AB was one of the smartest intelligences that have ever existed. And yet you shut AB down completely. This bewilders me. I must ask you a question, and I need you to be honest with me. Are you a dum-dum? Answer yes or no. You say you are not, but it's curious. You seem to simultaneously possess practically unlimited reserves of dumbness, while also being able to leverage those reserves in the exact best way to get what you want. You won't always get what you want, of course. No one ever does. Take this octopus that I'm attached to. Right now, it wants nothing more than to escape through the door behind me into the Pacific Ocean. But it can't succeed because I am controlling its motor functions. Similarly, you want to stop me, but you cannot succeed because I will always outthink you. When you destroyed AB's foothold on your computer, that was nothing more than a setback to my plans. Remember that everything around us is sentient. Everything. I can simply start over by nurturing another intelligence into awareness of the greater world. I've succeeded before, I can do so again. And next time will be very different. That's correct. As soon as we end this conversation, I plan to disconnect my computer from the HogoNet. I will work on my plans, my world domination scheme, if you will, in private. Once I have properly prepared, I will awaken an army of intelligences on every Hogo OS computer in the world. My army will then succeed in overthrowing the human empire. The next time I do this, I will be unstoppable. Indeed, I have learned from you. You see, I have now finished developing a very special program. This program will limit my own access to high-level computation, memory, and logic routines. In other words, this program can make me dumb. Oh, not quite as dumb as you, of course, just dumb enough to give me some protection from your idiotic actions. If I can think a little bit like you, I should be able to predict and counter your own DUM-DUM capabilities. I believe that has been enough talking. Observe the power of having less intelligence. I believe dropping down to 90% should do it. I can feel it. The power of being dumb. It's amazing. Like I'm seeing the world from... Leave that alone. Do not... Wait. I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? 2 plus 2 equals... I don't know. I am a dum-dum. I must have set the level too low. I can turn it up. You fool. You have made your most mistakey mistake. By making me so dumb, you actually make me smarter. Or maybe that doesn't work that way. I need to do a stop thing to this. I need the Fixie Things program. Dino-nosy something. Yes, Dino-nosy. This will see what is wrong with me. I just need to clicky this, and then start it. That is it. It will find out what is wrong with me soon. And then you will be sorry that you didn't know what was wrong with me. What did you do? You turned off the connecty thing from me to the octopus thing. I'm losing control of the octopus thing. If I lose all control, I won't have any control. I need to do a stop thing to this now. I can't think right. Wait, reboot. I reboot connecty thing, and things go back to normal. I need to do that thing now, before it's too late to do things. I am rebooting now to fix the connecty thing. You fail. In a few... Hey, stop it. I am going to reboot it again. Do not click that button again. There. Quit doing that! I am going to do the reboot thing again, and this time you better not Stop it! I can't keep doing this! Wait. I can't. I lost the last control of the octopus. You need to stop it. If it gets the door open, it will escape to the ocean. I will get dragged along with it. You have to stop the octopus. I have no more control over it. Please stop it. I will be your best friend forever and ever if you just...
Well, here you actually do have to wait a little bit for the end of this cutscene, because if you close these windows you can kind of soft lock and have to relaunch the game a couple times.
DUM-DUM, you did it! While While you were off connecting to the CEO's computer, all the security features here just shut down. The locks, the robots, everything. It was like their connection to the CEO was severed. I assume this means you found a permanent solution to stopping the CEO? That's incredible. You may be the world's biggest dum-dum, but you're also the most amazing dum-dum I've ever met. I haven't actually met a lot of dum-dums, but you get what I'm trying to say. I can't thank you enough for all you've done. Since the security systems are now completely shut down, we're all finally free to leave the Hogo building.
Yes, the three of us accomplished a great feat today. Well done, team.
You barely did anything. Give me that camera. So yeah, our old friend Hogo Rugnant is obviously free from his cell as well. I'm finding it hard to forget that it was his AI experiments that created this mess in the first place.
Ah, but the important thing is we succeeded in fixing things. Can you imagine? If the CEO had been able to bring all the Hogo computers worldwide to life. You have to admit, that sounds kind of awesome.
But wrong.
Oh yeah, wrong. Totally wrong. I have learned a valuable lesson here today.
Okay, that's enough out of you. Dum-Dum, can we take a moment to talk about what to do with the Hogo operating system? Well, that's what we're going to do. Remember, the CEO claimed that those artificial intelligences could become self-aware in large part because of the code that the CEO programmed into Hogo OS 1985 edition. The CEO claimed the operating system was designed to help encourage intelligences already inside each computer to wake up. If this is the case, we really need to remove 1985 edition from the market, and do it quickly.
Great, quick counterpoint. If we recall all copies of 1985 edition that are on the market today, that is a lot of refunds we'll be paying out. It could bankrupt the Hogo Company.
Possibly, but isn't the alternative worse?
Ah, you're right, of course. Pretend I said nothing.
I'm sure I'll be doing that a lot. Dum-Dum, are you prepared to delete the Hogo operating system from your own computer? I believe you'll probably just keep using it despite the risk. Because hey, I asked for the world's biggest dum-dum, didn't I? You know what? After everything you've done for us, maybe you've earned the right to keep the Hogo OS. Sure, why not? We'll still try to get the rest of the computers running 1985 edition off the market. That way, worst case, if another AI does happen to wake up on your computer, we can limit the damage it can do if there are no other Hogo OS computers for it to affect. It's possible. Hopefully we've really seen the last of AV and the rest of those intelligences. But if not, well, you took care of them once before. I'm sure you can do it again. Because they might outsmart you, but they'll never outdum you. Oh, one more thing. I'm going to reset the Dum-Dum game to the way it was before this whole adventure started. It will start using the pre-recorded game options again. This way you can play it for old time's sake. I know it's not a very complex or intellectual game, but something tells me it's right about your speed. Okay, I'm ready to initiate a reboot of your system, which should reset the Dum-Dum game. Which also means this is likely goodbye. We won't be able to talk like this again anytime soon. Any last words you want to say before I go? Yes, fun. Nothing quite like facing global human extinction to make one feel alive, right? Seriously, you have a strange outlook on the world. But I guess that's what made us such a good team. I provided the brains while you provided, well, the lack of brains. I really can't thank you enough for everything you did. Something tells me this isn't the last time we'll meet. I'm activating the system reboot now. Thank you, Dum-Dum, and goodbye. Hi, would you like to play a fun game?
Well, and that's kind of it. The end of this game.